Hey guys, you want a basement chat? Okay. I think of you when I do my laundry. Not really. Anyway, we're gonna do a little chat about Azariah, I think, and what's going on with him and how he is doing and all the things. So let's just start this off with, why did somebody put the laundry in for 30 minutes and not 60? Yes. Let's turn you back on. Okay, that's why that was done. So, guess we're chatting. Okay, so let me think. I'm trying to think of the days. So we had lots of appointments that I actually had to cancel because we had cardiology, echocardiogram needed to get done, but all of that I had to cancel because everyone was just so sick. This sickness has just been crazy. So everyone was really sick, so I canceled that. And then the following week, we were supposed to go to neurology, and we're also supposed to have an EEG. So that I was really kind of bummed about, because what they want to do is they want to take the EEG and see if he needs the Keppra, if he's having any seizures or not. And if he's not, then we can start weaning him off of the Keppra. Okay, so couldn't have done that. I did reschedule that. Well, not the test. I rescheduled the appointment for the 25th. Now, Monday, I'll need to call and ask them about trying to get an EEG for the same day and or before then. So they'll have the EEG before that day. So then we can discuss it on that day. So that's my plan for that. So it was a little disappointing. Yeah. So anyhow, but I did get to talk to, so we also had to cancel like all his therapists and all that type of stuff for 2 weeks now. And so we actually did get to talk to his person at Complex Care. And I am so thankful for that. So thankful. That's the one that kind of talks to all the doctors and gets everyone kind of on the same page. So my big question and my big concern was with Azariah and his BiPAP. And so I just kind of explained where we were coming from, yada, yada. And she said, well, it looks like none of his numbers have really changed from last year. She feels that he probably should just have another study and then go from there. And I agree with that. And she said it doesn't need to be like an urgent thing, because things are not like, nothing's really happening with him right now, but she's going to talk to the teams and stuff, and we're going to try to schedule an appointment that works for everyone, that's like that I would be able to be in the hospital for a few days as we figure these things out and see what's best for him. Because we have to look at, and Complex Care does this as well, they have to look at the whole scenario and what's best for him and how we can get him to where he needs to be. So we need to discuss all those things. We need to figure out all those things. And yes, that's part of everything. So I was really thankful. I talked to her about a lot of different things. I was glad to get those questions out there. I spoke to a social worker with her team. I asked her some things. So she was able to get some questions answered, some on her mind, so that she can be researching those over the next couple days. So yeah, those types of things felt really good, because I was like, oh, I just can't wait to talk to this Complex Care lady, because she knows Azariah from since he got out of the NICU, and so like inpatient, I saw her a lot. So to me, it's really important that she knows him and has developed a relationship with him, because she knows such changes are crazy. Now, we had a whole kerfuffle, guys. Oh my goodness. It was actually really kind of upsetting, because it's the first of the year. And because of the first of the year, insurances, I'm sure half of you guys know this, because it's just a headache. Insurances like to change things over. Insurances like to do whatever insurances feel like doing. They decide that they don't want to pay for yada, or they don't want to pay for you, or whatever. They don't want to pay for certain things, or whatever. Who the heck knows? Who gives them the right to do that? I don't know, but that happens. So they decided that they were not going to pay for his clonidine. His clonidine, guys. Oh my goodness. So we have been trying to work on weaning his clonidine slowly if there's nothing else going on. Now, where he had that stomach thing, we couldn't wean him that whole time because we didn't know what was going on. Because we had like no weight gain, we couldn't work on that because we needed to push fluids. We need to know that if he's having a hard time, that it's not because of the medication, because it's something else. So we do one thing at a time. Anyway, all of a sudden, they're like, we're not gonna pay for this. So at first they thought that there was just some whatever issue, the company. So this actually has to get shipped in. It's not, I can't just go to a regular pharmacy. It needs to get shipped in from a compounding pharmacy. So the compounding pharmacy was like, I don't know, like I talked to them a couple days. They're awesome. They like call me, like kept me up to date, asked me different questions, spoke about, because my husband's the carrier of the insurance. They had to ask some questions about him just so they could like talk to like the director or whatever at that insurance to try to get this to push through. Nada. So then they have this appeal meeting on Tuesday. He doesn't have enough medication to even make it till Tuesday. So they, oh my goodness, it was just heck. So I get this message. Now also Boston Children's has tried to be working with this team to try to get him his medication. And then all of a sudden I get this message on Tuesday like, I think we may need to wean all his clonidine. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, this is not a good idea. Now, anytime that he had weaned his clonidine before, or they tried to wean too much of the medication, his heart rate went through the roof. You can go back to like videos from when I was in the hospital. And so his heart rate would go through the roof, like 220, 240s, not good for somebody who had open heart surgery. So they would give him heart medication because of the wean. And then I was like trying to tell him, no, it's like combined. It has nothing to do with him having, what is it called? Hypertension. It has nothing to do with him having hypertension. He doesn't. It's only because he's weaning the medication. And then finally they realized it after they did whatever, and they're like, oh goodness, like we can't be doing this. So I'm like, okay, like I messaged the lady. I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, we can do this. We go, okay. And I'm like thinking this through because I felt like overwhelmed by this message that I received. And so I typed back to her. I was like, I just don't think this is a good idea, yada, yada. I don't know, like, and at this point I'm ready to like pay cash for his medication because he needs his medication. If it's able, like, we're just ready to do that. And so she, okay, in just a minute. So she's like, so I message her back, and then like half an hour later, I'm telling my husband this as he comes through the door, and he is like really upset. And I get this bling on my phone, a text from, it's like, Boston Children's, your prescription is ready and it's going to be $2.66. And I'm like, what the heck? So apparently, now that we figured this all out, apparently they had different ways to go about it. So we had just like, we had to drive down to Boston to go pick it up. So my husband drove down. He had to go to work for noon today, and so he got up at 6 so he could drive down. They open at 8, so he got there for 8 to the pharmacy, and then he got back here by 10. So he went down, drove down, got the medication, and came back up. Now, I didn't really want to drive. If I had to, then I would drive, but Azariah is sick, so I wanted to be able to be with Azariah as well. I mean, we're going to a great place, but just for him to be like in the car seat and such. And I'd have to pull over a couple times to suction him out because he needs quite a bit of suctioning. Anyway, my husband went down and grabbed that, and I was like, oh my goodness. So all these things, like, I think some relationships, it's like people have, you know, flowers and wine and whatever, like fancy chocolates or whatever. But like, to me, that's like, my husband knows like that means like the world to me, and like that we put our kids first is like just both of us. Like, it's both of our hearts. Not that we put our kids first, but we put like family as a priority in our lives. So the fact that he is just like, oh no, I'll go down there, I'll just set my alarm and I'll go down there before work, that means a really lot to me. So we all have different like avenues and such, but oh my goodness, that was very nerve-wracking. So then I got a message this morning and she was like, we'll check to see if it's at the pharmacy, whatever, because she messaged that she had already like put it in after they had been talking about it. And so, yeah, we're all on the same page. We have a meeting next week, like a packed Zoom. And so we will get together for the Zoom. I said, you might want to bring like Rachel, or we might want to bring this lady in on this that deals with him as well. Also, there's a question of, okay, if we're going to be weaning off this medication, should we be lifting up a little bit on, like, because if we need to wean it off fast, then let's try to bring up a different medication that he's on, gabapentin, because we don't want him, right now he's vomiting because he's sick, but it's mainly mucousy that he's vomiting. But we don't want him vomiting. Remember that whole vomit episode before? I don't want to go off of the clonidine and have to deal with that. I already talked to the complex care lady, and she had asked me if I felt like we needed to go up on the gabapentin anyway, because he's gained a little bit of weight, that he could go up a little bit. So I'm thinking that maybe we just should go up that little bit and then try to take the clonidine off. So that's kind of what I would like to do, or how I'd like to approach this. But we'll just see what they have to say this week. But for now, we have the clonidine. Praise the Lord. It was just kind of funny the way that it worked out. And I was like, okay, Lord, you knew my heart, you knew my mind, and he had already they had already called it in before I even replied to their message. And it's like, okay, he already knew, he put it on their hearts. And yeah. Would you like to say something? You found me in the basement. How'd you know where I was? She wants to snuggle me. Do you want to snuggle me?
I want to snuggle you.
Okay. I was gonna... And watch a movie. Oh. We've been doing a lot of that lately. So that is pretty much the update that I have for Azariah. He is not feeling well. His services have all been whatever. His OT, actually, they called the day before his appointment and said that she had to call out this week. So I'm assuming that she probably got it. It seems to be going around. Yeah, but he seems okay. He seems fine during the day. You just have to suction him a little bit more at nighttime. He seemed a little better last night than he was the 2 nights before, but he'll wake up and he'll just start sneezing a lot, and then he gets a lot of junk and all the things. But other than that, he sounds pretty good, or looks pretty good. He hasn't really got a fever. It's just the snuggies. So, all right, that's an update on him. I will be redoing his appointments over the next couple months. I think we're in Boston for a week next month, or for quite a few days. I think 5 days. I think I have quite a few appointments to do the swallow study and stuff next month. So hopefully I'll get him to that point that he'll be able to do that. But I think it's 5 days. I have more than that appointment that I'll be there, and so that should be fun, interesting. We have a fun trip planned, so hopefully we'll just all be better before then. That'll be nice. I'm coming. So I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll try to put a couple clips in here at the end of Azariah. He's so proud of himself. It's so funny because he doesn't like actually have to see what he's doing. He's just like, this is so cool. Did you find your toy? Someone's coughing, huh?